Hey folks, see Rachana Ranade here and I welcome you all to a very important video. Today, something important happened and that is nothing but the 200 days exponential moving average or 200 DEMA was broken, right? Uh, how often does it happen that 200 DEMA is broken is what we are going to discuss today, number one. Number two, today it was not only just a breakdown of 200 days moving average, but today we also had a weekly closing because tomorrow, on account of Guru Nanak Jayanti, markets will be closed. So today's closing was also a weekly closing. Now, when we look at a 200 days exponential moving average, that's like a very pretty much large moving average, right? Based on number of days, it's a longer moving average. Simple. In 1 week, we typically have 5 trading days. Understand the logic, okay? 200 days moving average. If I'm talking about a daily candle, now if I'm talking about a week, we have 5 trading days in a week. So 200 divided by 5 will give me 40. So if I were to understand on a weekly chart, I typically put up a 40 weeks exponential moving average. Simple till here. Yes. So what we are going to do, we'll check whether it has closed below 200 DEMA. We'll also check whether it has closed below 40 weeks exponential moving average. Then we'll check how many times has it happened. We are also going to check how much has it fallen down post the breakdown of 200 DEMA. Okay. Once it has broken 200 DEMA, how low did it go is what we want to check. We are also going to check how much time did it take for recovery. Okay. We are also going to check that. And today we are going to try and analyze a striking similarity between one of the previous downfall and the current correction in the market. A previous crash versus a current correction. We are going to try and understand the similarities. And this is not about 2020 that I'm going to compare it with, not the 2008, neither the 2000, non 1992. Correction there. Which crash is Rachana talking about? We are going to discuss that. I'm going to show you an article as well. But what I could sense is there are a lot of people who are so. Acha, first of all, I did talk about so many points that we are going to discuss in today's video. That is one side of the story. But the second and most important side of the story is that I'll drink water. Okay, is that there are many people right now who are a little bit afraid. There are a lot of people whose portfolio is in red right now. Okay, and those who don't have a lot of friends who are investing in the market, sometimes they feel left out. Sometimes they feel that is it only me who is not able to manage my money properly? So that typically gives an inferiority complex to a person, and we don't want that for anyone, right? So what we are going to do in our today's exercise is that I'm going to play an online poll with you. So for those who have seen Kaun Banega Crorepati, I should not be even saying for those who have, everyone has seen Kaun Banega Crorepati. And in that, if you remember, Amitabh ji used to give one lifeline, which is audience poll. Okay. So today we are going to talk about audience poll in our live stream. We have almost 2,000 people who are watching this live stream right now. I'm going to request everyone to grab one more mobile because what you're going to do is essentially you're going to watch me on the live stream on one mobile. You need another mobile to scan a code and to give answers on another mobile. Okay. Through this entire exercise, you will understand about how many people's portfolio is in red and how many people's portfolio is in green. Okay. You can imagine 2,000 people who are watching live, even if 500 people, ideally, acha, one more important point. It's 2,100 plus, right? Okay. The plan, I have a paid subscription of Kahoot, but still maximum people that can participate is 2,000 at one time. Not more than 2,000 people can participate in that Kahoot. Okay. So it will be quickly, you'll have to register. It's like first come first. Okay. So those who register quickly will be able to participate in this Kahoot. I'm going to quickly share with you what are the steps. How can you do that? Okay. So for that, quickly get one mobile. I'm going to wait for like 30 seconds. You just have to grab another mobile so that you can play. You can choose the options that I'm displaying on the screen. And this is going to be a great way for you to understand about, in general, how is the portfolio of different people looking like. I'm also going to play the game. I'm going to tell you in which category do I fit in as well. Okay. So I hope everyone has grabbed one more mobile. As I mentioned, you have to log in quickly. It's very simple. I'll display a QR code. You just have to scan the QR code. Okay. Once you scan the QR code, you'll be inside the game. You just enter your name or nickname, and that's how you get started. Okay. So that's the two steps which are required. Scan the QR code, enter name, khatam. Okay. Shall we start? As I said, 2,300 people watching live, but only 2,000 people can enter. So be a little bit fast. So that's what you can see on screen. Just scan the code. You will be redirected to kahoot.it. For those who are not able to scan it, you can just go to Google Chrome, type out www.kahoot.it, right? And oh God, so many people are already joining. Once you do that, just enter nickname or your name and just say, okay, go. Oh God, within, within a flash, almost 200 plus people have joined. Oh God, this is crazy. So many people enthusiastically participating. I'm so happy. More than 300 people have joined. More than 400 people have joined. More than 500 people have joined. I've told you I have a capacity of only 2,000. It's a paid plan. It's a pretty much higher plan, but I can't go beyond 2,000. There are almost 2,500 people watching. Be quick. More than 600 people who have joined. You can imagine the amazing input that you're going to get. You're going to understand how people's portfolio is looking like right now based on a direct online poll. Oh gosh, more than 750 people have joined. Fast, 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 fast. More than 900 people have joined. I will wait for another 30 seconds max and then we start. Okay. I think 1,000 should be a good sample size. We need not wait for 2,000. Just in case if you are not able to scan it, as I mentioned, just go to Google Chrome, type out kahoot.it, enter the game. You'll have to put the game pin. Once you do that, you can just enter a nickname and that's how you get started. Last 10-15 seconds and then we start. 1,100 people have joined. All right, let's start. Okay. Now what you will see on screen is essentially a question with 2 or 3 or 4 options, and the options color and shape will also be seen on the screen. Don't be in a hurry to answer the first question so that you will get a feel of how it is to be answered. Okay. My God, more than 1,200 people have joined. Okay, let's start. So we are going to start with how does your portfolio look like? Okay. Now get ready. This is a poll. All three are poll. What is the color of your portfolio? Okay. Be careful. You can see here red is like a triangle and green. I didn't get the option of green being a green color. It will be in diamond. So on the screen, you should be able to see only like this. If your portfolio is red, go ahead with this one. If it's green, just match the shapes rather than matching the color here. Okay. My God, it's going to be fun. You're going to get a bird's eye view of how does the color of the portfolio look like for more than 1,000, 1,100 people, maybe a shade more than that in a fraction of few seconds. Uh, this is amazing. This is amazing. Technology, YouTube, you all are amazing. Whoa, nice. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. By the way, your name is not going to come up here. So please be, honest with your answers. So anyone who is typing out red also, who's clicking red, anyways, it's not going to be like, is bande ka red color ka portfolio? No. So be absolutely honest with your answers. But you can see here that easily majority of the people are here right now whose portfolio is in red. Okay, very important question. Two more questions to follow. Shall we start? Just two more important questions. अरे 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 ये कहाँ से आ गया, ये कहाँ से आ गया, नहीं नहीं नहीं, I forgot to change it. No, I'll skip this for now. No one has, okay, skip. Next. Okay, this is the poll. When did you start your investing journey? Okay, when did you start your investing journey? After 2020? After 2008 only? काफी पहले से start किया. Before 2008? Yet to start. Read the answer, read the 4 options carefully, and then choose the right one. When did you start your investing journey? After 2020, after 2008, before 2008, and yet to start. Ho. Maximum people are such who have started after 2020. Before 2008 is only 4%, and I am one of them. Okay, right? Ready for the grand finale? Grand finale is actually a combination of question 1 and question 2. Okay, so read all the 4 options carefully and then answer, right? Next one, which category do you fit in? First, started investing post-COVID and my portfolio is red. Started investing post-COVID and my portfolio is green. Started investing pre-COVID and my portfolio is red. Started investing pre-COVID, it could be any year before COVID, of course, and my portfolio is green. Read it very carefully. This is the most important question that I want you all to answer. Read it carefully and answer it. Let's see how it looks like. Oh, ho. Okay. But a very interesting point has come up here. What can you see? It's a very, I mean, that is the reason why I thought of doing this whole exercise. You can see here that anyone who is feeling disheartened right now, okay, majority of the people are falling in this category, that anyways they have started investing post COVID and their portfolio is red. Okay, so this tells us that it's those who are comparatively the newer investors, they are the ones who are in red color right now. Okay, is there anything to be, I mean, this is not for me, this is not my cup of tea, I should immediately put that? Nothing of that sort. There are a lot of people who are in this category. The happy part is, started investing post-COVID, still portfolio is green, 31% people. Okay, not bad. Started investing pre-COVID and my portfolio is red. That is the lowest, only 5%. Okay, and I think these 5% people, something is wrong, terribly wrong with the stock selection. If you have started investing pre-COVID level and still in red, that's just 5%. Okay, so, and started investing pre-COVID, still portfolio, and then portfolio is green, 16%. I am in which category out of these 4? I'm into the 4th category, 16% category. Everyone knows I've been investing since 2006. I've seen the worst fall in 2008, almost a 60% downfall, and I learned a lot from that. So that has been my journey. But of course, post 2008 fall, my portfolio was in maddening red. Now you can imagine, at that point in time, had I said that, oh, I'm such a worst investor in the whole world, I don't know anything, I can't understand stock market is not for me, let me sell everything, whatever I have, and let me park my money in FD and sit quietly. It would have been a disaster for me and maybe a lot of other people as well, who maybe just benefited maybe 0.1% because of me. I'm not saying, I'm not taking your credit, no, 0.1, 0.01%, whatever you learned from me, that might not have happened had I not learned and had I not taken up this initiative to spread financial education, right? So the whole purpose of this poll was to make you understand that even if you're in losses, that's okay. A lot of people are in losses right now. Majority of them, those who are in losses right now, are those who have started investing off late. And so there's nothing to worry. Keep calm. We are going to talk about levels today as well. But before we move on, I am not sure if I can take this again or not. If I can just do resume. Okay. 1 minute. If I say play again, start. अरे यार यहाँ से start होगा. Okay, 1 minute, 1 minute. Let me just skip the first one. I just want you to answer the second. I just forgot to reorder the second word cloud. Just give me a second so that I also get to know your overall experience of the whole thing. Okay, this one is for you, the second one. How was your overall experience? This is the first time after a long time that I did Kahoot. You just have to type your answer in one word. How was your experience? Just type in one word. It could be good, nice, interesting, loved it, bad, found out some value. Not exactly one word also. It could be 2, 3 words, whatever. Last 10 seconds. If you want to give some feedback, quick feedback. There's no like button. Just at least one word. You can also write yo. Quick. Fast. Oh, so the big boxes are those which were answered by most of the people. Nice, good, great, interesting, amazing, excellent, loved it. Okay, awesome. Red. Okay, सहानुभूति मिली, emotional control, mind blowing. क्या बात है. Thank you. So this was just an honest effort from my side to do something different and to just help you understand that how every people he's saying motivated. Awesome. I got some comments here as well. Kya baat hai? Oh, you're a rock star. Kya baat hai? Absolutely. Those who played test match are in green, and those who played ODI and T20 right now. So those who have played rash or those who may have, I mean, let's not talk about those who are in red right now, because it's not necessary that they were essentially bad decision makers. I don't want to conclude that, not at all. Important point is that whenever we say, right, there is time in the market. It's not about timing the market. This is the lowest point. I'm not going to sell right now. I'm not going to buy it right now. वो एक point आया तो I'm going to catch that point and I'm going to invest everything. That never happens. That is what I'm trying to tell you. This whole exercise was to tell you those who have been in the market for a long time are much more happy right now. Okay. So does it mean that my portfolio has not fallen? Of course it has fallen from the top. I mean, no second thoughts on that. But still it is in green, absolutely in green, good double-digit green. Well, the reason is that I've been investing since such a long time. I have some stocks which have been bought at like crazy low levels, because you can't compare like years ago ka price and abhi ka price, right? So it's okay even if you're in losses right now. We need to understand that we have to be patient. Okay, if you have chosen fundamentally strong stock, there is nothing to panic. Are we going to talk about technical analysis ke hisab se panic right now? We are going to talk about that. Okay, but today we are also going to do some nice fun. Okay, we'll try and understand a beautiful correlation. So let's get started. I'm going to first present my screen, and in the meanwhile, how many? As usual, we'll do the counting. Na? How many people are watching? Almost 3,000 people are watching. On YouTube, 2,700, other platforms mila ke 3,300, 3,400 people are watching. And likes, 480. Wow. So, if possible. Okay, in the meanwhile, let me share my screen and let's quickly check how Nifty is poised right now. Okay, very important point coming up. Okay, the point that I was trying to make, if I'm talking about, let me just remove all drawings first. This is, chalo, let's start with the daily chart. Everyone knows, first we'll start with absolute basics. Those who have been following my Thursday live stream, everyone knows we have been talking about the break of head and shoulder pattern somewhere here, correct? You can watch, I don't delete any live stream, so you can go back and watch. We have discussed about this, the shoulder, head, shoulder pattern, breakdown, everything is what we have discussed. We had talked about few key points, like we had discussed about 23,800 being a very, very important level, because this was budget low. Okay, has that been broken? Yes. Okay, now second important point we had discussed, that if you are talking about an inverted head and shoulder, we measure the height from the topmost point to the neckline, And what we do is we try and replicate that. And as per the head and shoulder pattern, it comes to somewhere around 23,270. Let's round it off to 23,300. Again, you can check out previous live streams. I've talked about this so many times that if 23,800 is broken, then 23,300 is the next support. Okay. So why do I keep on telling the levels? Because those who feel that I'm going, let's say I have, just as an example, I have 1 lakh rupees to invest. Okay. And I keep on telling, never ever it's a good idea to invest all 1 lakh at short. It's always intelligent to invest in chunks, say 1/5, 1/5, 1/5, 1/5, 1/5. And when market, I told that if this is broken, 23,800 is broken, then maybe makes sense to put first 1/5. And I have already invested first 1/5 of my chunk. Okay. I told, and I've invested first 1/5 of my chunk. Now, if you ask me where, that is completely your choice. If you are able to analyze fundamentally strong stocks, well and good. If you are confused, simple way can be investing in Nifty Bs. Okay. Invest in top Nifty 50 companies. I mean, invest in Nifty 50 companies via mutual fund or ETF. That can be very simple, right? So you are betting on the index rather than an individual company. That's the simple way that you can look at it, right? Second thing, the second one that I discussed was about 23,300. Okay. This I told you, this is as per the head and shoulder pattern. Now, what if this is also broken? Because we are very close to this now. Okay. If this is broken, let us see at around this level, if it is taking some support, of course, my second chunk is going to go here around 23,300. My second chunk will be deployed here. Okay. Could this also be broken? Possibly, yes. If yes, then what? This could be the next level where you can again very easily see there. This was the high it touched, again came down, again a high, again it. Here you can see a very clear breakout. Then a little bit, there was a pullback, and once it took a support here, this strong candle again taking a support here, and from where it has bounced. So 22,800, 3 levels, 23,800 already done and dusted. Next important 23,300, and the next one is 22,800. Okay, have you written down these levels till 22,800? Now we will just quickly go to the weekly chart. Now understand this, a 200 days moving average will be equivalent to what? Will be equivalent to 30 and 40 weeks. Okay, so 40 weeks exponential moving average. Okay, for those who did not understand this, I'll repeat one more time. See, 200 days exponential moving average. Now, how many trading days in a week? 5. So 200 divided by 5 will come down to 40. So whenever I want to check a weekly time frame, I don't choose 200 in the EMA. I should choose 40 in EMA, because 40 weeks exponential moving average will be equivalent to 200 days exponential moving average. Okay. Now we are going to try and understand when Nifty has breached this 40 days exponential moving average, and when it has, how much has it fallen down? Okay. So today we had a weekly closing also. I told you in the beginning of today's live stream that tomorrow there's a market holiday. So this is the weekly closing candle, and yes, we have closed on a weak note. It has closed below the key support of 200 days exponential moving average or the 40 weeks exponential moving average. When did this happen in the past? Now this is directly June 24, which is the election result ka week. In this week also we did not break 200 days moving average. It just touched here and went up, straight up. Okay. When did this happen next? Okay, let's check. This is when we are talking about October 23. It touched 200 days moving average, recovered, and from there again upar. Okay. Which one is this time frame? This is around February 23. Okay. February 23, it broke, closed below this, right? Now, from the closing point, let's see till the lowest point. How low has it gone? It has gone down by almost 3.5%. Okay. Recovered in barely 1.5 months. Barely. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candle it had recovered also from the 200 days moving average. So 3.5% roughly. Let's check this. This is 22. This is Russia-Ukraine scenario. Okay. This is the first time that it closed below 200 days moving average in the Russia-Ukraine scenario. From here to the lowest possible point, almost 9% down. Okay. So from here, or one more possibility I could take, just listen to this. From here to the lowest possible point is almost 6%, because from here market reversed. Again it breached, and from here also it went down. So here it is almost 5 to 6%. From here, let's check. From here also it will be around 5 to 6%, 6-7%. Okay. But overall, from the 200 days to the lowest point, this will now come to around 9.5. If I were to round off 10%. Okay. Chalo. But otherwise, as I said, from the breach to the lowest possible point here is around 5, 6. And from here, the second time breach, from here also it is around 5, 6, 7, whatever. Okay. COVID, we are not going to consider. Again, here it breached for the first time. This is July 2019. From here till the lowest possible point, again 5, 6, 6.5%, whatever. Here again it breached from here, so कुछ भी नहीं, 3.5%. Ignore. बहुत हो गया ना? We are already in December 16 right now. 16. From here also it's going to be barely what, 2, 3, 3.5, 4%. What have you understood? We are going to take one last scenario. This one, 2015 ka scenario. We'll take that. But before we go to the 2015 ka scenario, I hope you have understood that it has been like 3% to 7% roughly, averaging it out to 4%. Averaging it out to 5%. If I were to do that, then from here, even if I were to take a 5% fall, say 5% here, it's coming to 22,300. Is it coinciding with the level that we discussed about? Yes. Okay. And that is the reason why I said this would be one more chunk of mine, 22,300. See, no one knows whether this is the bottom. This could be the bottom. It could go into sideways correction. Chances are very bleak. Very bleak. There are great chances that it might crack down further. Okay. But to what extent is what we are discussing right now. Okay. Now, let's go to 2015 now. Do you even remember the 2015? You can see this is the top in 2015. Okay. From the topmost point, look at the correction. 25% correction in 2015. Okay, we generally don't discuss about this correction. Very few times this has been discussed. This was the time when Brexit had happened. Brexit was the heated topic. China was not doing well. Okay, now what had happened, let us understand. We'll talk about some striking similarities. Okay, everyone pay attention. Brexit, China is, Brexit is not nowhere close to what is happening right now. But is China not performing well even today? There, of course, with stimulus packages and this, that, the Chinese markets have recovered a little bit. But China is not at its peak right now. Nowhere, right? China is not doing well. It was not doing well at that time. It's not doing well right now. A similarity is what I can say. Okay. Today it has breached the 200 DEMA or the 40 weeks moving average, and it has already gone in the correction phase. So more than 10%. What had happened in the 2015 scenario? If you check from here, very similar. It had corrected 10%, where it breached the 200 DEMA line or the 40 weeks exponential moving average line. Correct. Now what happened from here? From the breach point till the low points, let me take. This is almost 15% correction. 15% correction. Now I don't really see why this should happen, because something big like Brexit had happened at that point in time, which, I mean, that has not happened today. But there are some similarities. Okay, some similarities like what? So this is an interesting article that I found out. It's a 2015 article, but look at the similarities. We'll just count up the similarities. Okay. What can you see here? Turbulent equity movement. Okay, I will not count that as a similarity. Also, turbulent hai to hai. Dismal corporate earnings. Are the corporate earnings bad right now? Yes. Subnormal monsoons were fair enough. Plunge in commodity and oil prices. Yes, oil prices are not very high right now. Surprise interest rate cuts. Interest rate scenario is a little bit different right now. Year 2015 turned out to be complicated year for investors with corporate performance failing market expectation. Exactly, that is happening right now. You can also see something about state elections here, Delhi and Bihar, where the results were not as per expectations apparently. We have Maharashtra and Jharkhand elections coming up right now. Let's see. We are not going to go into the political scenario right now, but again, 2 states then and 2 states now for the election. Next, you can see very, very, very important continued flows received by domestic institutions, particularly including mutual funds and also from retail participants. We are into We are definitely, participating in the market. We were doing that then, we are doing it right now. Okay, so third common point that we saw. We can also see that in 2016, now what are they saying? So this is about 2015. Now they're saying in the year 2016, equity market performance will be driven more by real performance rather than by expectation, like the premium attributed earlier to global excess liquidity, political channel. So they're saying the companies should perform, then only 2016 will be a good year. I think we are at a very similar point right now. Q2 has not, Q2 was not that great. Everyone is like, let's see what happens with Q3. They should come up with better numbers. Okay. Then you can also see that one more point, kind of a global slowdown is what again few people are talking about. We did talk about one very big difference is that FIIs were net buyers at that time. Right now, its FIIs have been crazily selling like anything. We did talk about China. China nosedived almost 45%. Right now, I think China is down 20+%, something like 20+%. So all in all, currency and commodity also. See, rupee fell for the 5th straight year amidst global turmoil. Even today, rupee is almost at an all-time low. Correct. So again, rupee point also similar. And look at the IPO corner point. IPO, initial public offer, surged more than 9-fold in 2015 and raised the largest amount of money in 5 years. And I'm sure everyone knows that, again, similar thing has happened right now with IPOs, rush coming in the market, and millions and millions and whatever, billions and billions of rupees being raised through IPOs then and now. Okay. So all in all, I could see a lot of striking similarities. But of course, the big point, the big difference is about Brexit versus, that was a big point, right? So again, understand, 15% is the downfall that we saw from in the 2015 scenario, right? 15%. That was the worst thing that we saw, right? On an average that we saw right now, once 200 DEMA is broken, 5% downfall aspas we have seen. Okay, now understand, it's the grand finale. Everyone pay attention. 15% downfall is what we saw in 2015, right? Okay, I'll share the link of this article in the description. Okay, don't forget to check that. 15% downfall in 2015, but as I mentioned, that was like Brexit scenario. Okay, 5% downfall normal. So if I were to say 5% plus 15% divided by 2, iska bhi ek average le lete. Okay, if I take an average, worst case scenario we're talking about. If post breaking 40 weeks exponential moving average, if markets were to fall by 10%, then what? Okay, so let us check. 10% fall from here. 10% fall from this point. Okay, I'll put an alt edge. And this is nothing but the election day ka low point. 21,000, what was it? Why can't I see it on the screen right now? Anyways, 21,200 something. This is also coming up to a very similar level, 21,200 something. Okay, way low. But I don't see it coming up right now. But I definitely feel that somewhere like a 5% from here is possible. So 22,300, the chunk that I told you, 22,800 and 22,300, next two chunks. Okay, important ones. So that is the reason why you could see a lot of people talking about 10% fall, possible 10% fall. But if we know the downside, that this is maximum what could happen. Now look at this, a very important point that I'm going to discuss. Worst case scenario that we can see right now is a 10% downfall. Kabhi na kabhi to upar jayega. It is going to reverse from there. Will it touch all-time high? Yes. It has to touch all-time high. Okay. It has to go beyond all-time high. There are no second thoughts on that. 1 year, 1.5 years, whatever is the scenario. But it will touch all-time high again. Anyone can tell that. Okay. Now look at the percentage upside. From this level, if I were to calculate way up to all-time high till here, look at the percentage that we are talking about. It's 24-25% from the bottommost point till the top. Look at the risk reward ratio. We know worst case scenario from here we could go down 10%, but from the bottom point we have a probability of going up 20 plus percent, 25% on Nifty. Okay, you can do similar calculation for whatever stocks you have in your portfolio, maybe, right? So does it mean that I am going to invest the whole money? So whatever I have right now, I'm going to sell everything right now, and once it goes down to 21,200, that is where I'm going to invest entire money. That is not possible, Baba. No one can tell. It could start reversing immediately 1, 2, 4, 5%. Some news comes up, it starts, it could go in a time-wise correction only. Time pass, complete sideways, no major correction, no major price-wise correction. It could be just a time-wise correction. That is also possible. So what you need to understand is that you should know that the downside risk is 10%, upside visibility is at 25% upside. Okay, so when could this happen? Is there a rationale behind that? Some, again, very, very amazing, interesting data points that I have come up with, but I'm going to first discuss that, not here, but in my first ever live event, which is going to happen in Pune, and it is going to happen on the 24th of November. So many people were telling me that, Rachana, you have been guiding us through YouTube on how to approach markets, and if you can take a live event, a live seminar. I said, if I were to take one, it has to start from my hometown, which is Pune. Very, very grateful. I had announced this in one of my live streams just, I think, 2-3 days ago, and I mean, the response has been crazy. I had never ever thought, oh God, it has again filled up. I mean, more seats filled up. All the gray seats are like sold out. Barely few tickets remaining here. Yeah, with only one remaining. The middle point, this one is almost gone. Anyone who wishes to attend this, I think it's going to be ideally with all your support, I'm sure. But there are great chances that it can get sold out before the end of this week. Just maybe one or two, just here and there, something like this. I'm not sure who's going to enroll for this seat, but just one or two here and there possible. But otherwise, there are great chances that it can get sold out in a day or two. Anyone who is in Pune would love to meet you all. We are going to have Kahoots there as well. This is a 500 capacity audience, so it's going to be total fun. We are going to have Kahoots. We are going to have quizzes. I am going to talk about money management and how to approach markets. What is my time target for reaching all-time highs again? So when do I expect market to get back to 26,000 plus levels? When do I expect it to go beyond that? And what is the rationale behind that? Everything is what I'm going to discuss in this seminar. Of course, as usual, no stock specific discussion, no tips, no recommendations. So I'm sure everyone knows who is watching my channel regularly. So it's going to be fun. A lot of learning is what you're going to get with entertainment. The ticket prices that I've kept is like pretty much normal. It's just 500 and 300. But such subsidized ticket rates are possible only if there is some good, solid presenting partner. And if you can see here, it's Upstocks presents C. Rachana Ranade's Hargar Investor. A very, very nostalgic feeling for me. Reason is very simple. When I started my YouTube journey, my first ever collab back in 2019 was with Upstocks. And when I thought about this idea of taking a live seminar in my hometown, Pune, starting from Pune, I should not say only in Pune, it's just the start in Pune. So when I just discussed this idea with Upstocks team, they were also very happy. They loved the idea of Hargar Investor, and they said, we are also very much keen to spread financial awareness amongst masses. So when two entities of similar thought process come together, I think it's always great. And for me, it was more emotional as well, because starting the live events ka journey with the same team who was there with me when I started my online journey, it's great. So thank you, Upstocks, for being the presenting partner for Hargar Investor. So it's going to be fun. I'm sure you are going to enjoy this event. For those who are going to attend, the experience is going to be great. So I hope to see you all in good numbers. Anyone who wants to join, as I mentioned, there are great chances that it's going to be sold out in just a day or two, is what I get a feeling. So everyone, those who wish to come, please book your seats as quickly as possible. Kalpak is saying, took that one ticket in the middle left. Fantastic. Okay. When are you coming to Chennai? As I mentioned, right, this is just the start of the live events that I plan. First one has to be in Pune. Come on, I'm born in Pune. Pune, माझा माहेर, माझा सासर, सगळं पुण्यात आहे. It has to start from Pune. Oh, Vidushi saying, hello ma'am, I'm seeing you since expert. क्या बात है? हर घर investor tagline registered in your name before someone. Oh, get it registered in your name before someone copies the tagline. Ooh. Okay. We'll see if I can get this copyrighted or something like that. We'll try and check that. Right. Okay. How was today's learning? Can we get the recording? No. I'm going to do that as an experiential thing rather than see online. Anyways, you learn a lot from me. Not only from me, I'm sure you learn a lot by yourself as well. Market teaches us so many things. Whatever little I try to teach. But I think that event is learning plus experience. That is what. So no recording per se. Okay. But we are going to do that in a lot of cities. Meenakshi, where are you from? And even if someone wants to coordinate this outside India, and if you are ready to send me some tickets, just kidding. By the way, I'm traveling to New Zealand in December. So anyone who is from New Zealand and who would want to help me out with a super small meetup, I have given my office number here. Anyone who is from New Zealand and who would want to help me in organizing a very small meetup, okay, just like 30, 40, 50 people, not more than that, because I'm going to go there for a vacation, but would love to meet people who watch my channel there as well. So anyone who is from New Zealand and would want to help me organize this, that's the number for you. Please ping me on WhatsApp on this number. Okay. All right. Hope Hyderabad is also in the list. Yes. Mumbai, please. Yes. Of course. Bengaluru. Yes. Okay. Oh, Jay is saying Nashik seems like New Zealand. We can meet up. Fantastic. Good one. Okay. Chalo. Today's discussion, Delhi. Okay. I'm getting a lot of requests. We will plan. Okay. Right. No worries. Jodhpur. Oh, okay. We will plan in multiple cities. Don't worry. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's discussion. It was a little bit different. First things first, I tried to explain you via Kahoot how time in the market is way important than timing the market. Okay. Second thing, we understood about how markets have performed post 200 DEMA breakdown or a 40 weeks exponential moving average breakdown. Third, we also understood that the average, otherwise average is like 5% breakdown. But if I were to compare it with 2015, which has, why did I compare it with 2015? And see, 2020 was a different scenario. Nothing like COVID right now. 2008 was a totally different scenario. 2000 was a different scenario. 1992 was a different scenario. So apart from Brexit, other economic reasons were a part of the fall in 2015. That is the reason why I compared it with 2015. But Brexit ke wajah se it had a bigger fall. So that was like 15%, 5%. We took an average. We said, okay, we feel that it could be like worst case scenario, it could be 10%. But we have been talking about that number since like so many weeks / months, where it coincides with the election day low. Okay. So I think you have understood very well how can you approach the market. It's not about selling everything right now, and once it goes down to 21,200, that's only when you're going to pull in all your money. No, that should not be the case. So I've told you, simple, just to wrap it up, it could be very simple. You could add at every 500 points fall in Nifty, every 500 points fall in Nifty, you can add a chunk, wherever, as I mentioned, whichever fundamentally strong stock you feel, or it could be Nifty Bs or directly Nifty 50 index mutual fund, whatever is the case, wherever you feel comfortable. Kya baat hai? Chandresh is saying nice teaching on fundamental analysis, technical analysis course. Thank you. Very encouraging session, was in confusion of what needs to be done. I hope you have understood what needs to be done now. Be patient. That is the biggest thing that you need to do. And is there a chance of analyzing Wari Engineering and NHPC? Fundamentally, both are good stocks. Technically, we're actually at 10:15. I had not thought that I'd be, I mean, I thought it'll be like wrapped up in 15-20 minutes, but I think Kahoot plus the whole discussion was a bigger one today. But today I thought it should be more of my discussion, because I wanted to explain this whole 200 DEMA concept to you. Reliance Industries head and shoulder pattern in weekly chart. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let us check. Let me just remove all the drawings again. ओढून ताणून म्हणायला लागेल आपल्याला. Not a very clear head and shoulder. Not a textbook pattern though. But yes, it has clearly broken down from the range, and oh, look at the 200 days or the 40 weeks exponential moving average. Typically, a thumb rule is what? Thumb rule is earlier resistance, then acts as a support, right? So confusing. So if I were to just draw a zone, so this is the zone somewhere like this, where it has seen some tops. So a resistance came down, a similar resistance came down, a resistance came down, again a resistance came down here, and from here it just bounced up. It's in that zone right now. Okay, so whenever you see such things, definitely add such stocks to your watch list, study the movement, and then take whatever action you feel is appropriate. Yes, US markets are at an all-time high, similar to Indian market in the past month. If US market starts cracking down, there are chances that we can see a further fall. And that is the reason why I said, right, 5% from here seems absolutely possible. So just last one or two questions, after which we wrap up for the day. Today, next week I'll take all your questions. Next week, no learning from my side. We'll just discuss Nifty levels, and then directly we'll go to your question answers. But today it was more about details of 200 DEMA. Oh, what should new investors do who still have not invested any chunk, and is it good time to start investing? Absolutely, Abhishek. No second thoughts on that. Good time. As I mentioned, remember those levels that I discussed right now. 23,300, 22,800, then 22,300, 500 points fall from here. So possibility number one, how you invest is every 500 points fall. Possibility number two, start an SIP. Perfect. Okay. Plan for online platform with same charge. It will benefit a lot of people for Hargan investor. See, if it were only about charging for this session, I would not have kept the ticket at 300 rupees. See, I didn't want to say this, but you look at other influencers doing live events. I don't know whether live events, I'm not talking about online seminars, I'm talking about live events, in-person events. I mean, whatever I have studied, no one is even close to 300 or 500, not even close to that. So this is just about that experience. Because otherwise I know so many names, I keep on reading out your names, I keep on looking at your DP, but there are great chances that I've never seen you, and I take this opportunity to meet you in person. And that is the reason why I'm not going to do only one seminar only in Pune. We are going to have multiple seminars lined up. I'm sure at least one city, whenever I come closer to your city, you can try and make it, right. The whole intent is to have at least one in-person interaction. That's it. Right. Okay, I think that is it from my side. So again, one last quick reminder, anyone who is in Pune, I'm going to leave the link in the description box for Book My Show. and also we'll leave the description of the article, the link of the article that I referred to. Oh, by the way, no need to even pin it. You can just Google out on 2015 why did markets crash. That was the first link that I had gotten, right? That you can definitely check. Okay, chalo. So that is it from my side. I hope you enjoyed a lot. 4,000 plus people watching. Enjoyed it. I'll see you. So please check out the links in the description box once again. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Jai Hind. Bye bye.